Welcome to the meeting of the Easton Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, which is hereby called to order at 5:02 p.m. Roll call: Tom Tebow.
Here.
Chris Sheedy.
Here.
Don Burrows.
Here.
Dennis Sheedy.
Here.
And Pam Whittup is here. Let the records show that Executive Director Kathy Steiger is present, and the meeting is being recorded by Easton Community Access Television. We'll start with agenda item number 1, the minutes of the May 18th, 2021 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the May 18, 2021 meeting as written.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Tom Tebow to approve the minutes of the May 18th, 2021 meeting. Are there any questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll move for a roll call vote. Yes or no? Commissioner Tom Tebow?
Yes.
Commissioner Christiane Sheedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Don Burrows?
Yes.
Commissioner Dennis Sheedy?
Yes.
And Chair Whittup votes yes, so it is unanimous. The minutes for the May 18, 2021 meeting have been approved. We don't? Oh, on the, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They can see who's doing.
Okay. So I'll just go left to right. How's that? Agenda item number 2, the minutes of the June 8th, 2021 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the June 8th, 2021 meeting as written.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Tom Tebow to approve the minutes of the June 8th meeting. Any questions? Hearing none, have a vote, yes or no vote? All in favor?
Aye.
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 And it is unanimous. The minutes for the June 8th, 2021 meeting have been approved unanimously. Agenda item number 3, the June 2021 warrant in the amount of $166,629.85.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 2021 warrant in the amount of $166,629.85.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Don Burrows to approve the June 2021 warrant in the amount of $166,629.85. Are there any questions from the board?
I had one. I've noticed, Kathy, is Lowe's new?
No, we just don't use it all that often. We remember that Lowe's for Pros program.
Okay. 'Cause I hadn't seen them before. You have Lowe's and HD Supply and Home Depot commercial, and then the guy in town.
Yep. It depends, well, they were having trouble finding stuff sometimes too, so they run to Lowe's.
Okay. And they have where you have to pay it in a certain amount of time, or you get an interest charge, is that correct?
Yeah, but
Finance
that's-
charges?
Yeah, same with Home Depot, so we just pay it in full, both of them. We always pay them in full, so we never allow the finance charges to
Hearing no further discussion on the June 2021 warrant in the amount of $166,629.85. We will do a vote to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
It is unanimous. The next item on the agenda is the July 2021 warrant in the amount of $416,860.06.
I'll make a motion that we approve the warrant for July 2021 for $416,860.06.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Chris Ann Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Don Burrows to approve the July 2021 warrant in the amount of $416,860.06. Are there any questions from the board?
I have one question. On the pension appropriation, there were two checks written.
So the $48,000 check was a void, that was an error.
Okay.
That was for when you do the half payment, but it was voided out.
And you paid the full amount.
You
so
paid the
saved
full
it.
amount, yes.
So this program doesn't reflect the void.
It's in there, when I go back into the system and look at it, the void is there, but it doesn't print on the warrant, I don't know why.
Isn't that weird?
Yep. But the fee accountant's aware of it.
Any further questions from the board concerning the July 2021 warrant? We'll have a vote to approve the July 2021 warrant in the amount of $416,860.06. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, so it's unanimous. Next item on the agenda is the August 2021 warrant in the amount of $156,539.41.
I'll make a motion to approve the August 2021 warrant in the amount of $156,539.41.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Chris Ann Sheedy to approve the August 2021 warrant in the amount of $156,539.41. Are there any questions from the board?
Just, it looks like you are with the, I guess it's the ASAP program? What does that
Yes.
stand for?
You know what, I can't think of it,
But it's
no,
like-
service provider.
Service
We have
provider.
more of a copy roll.
And you had an event for them? Something was
We've had a
Bruce
couple
Brothers?
of coffee hours,
Okay.
there were a few glitches in the Tuesday meetings, so we had some tenant meetings to provide some snacks for those coffee hours going forward, but they're going to take care of that.
Okay, good, good. But it's been up, how long have you been up and running?
Oh boy, they started in June, and they
Okay.
started to pick up a little more steam, I would say. People were a little wary at first.
Yep. That's good.
I'll say it's really nice when there's a problem, that we can just be going, oh, we'll go see Jessica.
You know what? Those kill my eyes, that's why I have everything. The rest of my.
Are there any further questions from the board relative to the August 2021 warrant? We'll do a vote to approve the August 2021 warrant in the amount of $156,539.41. All in favor? Affirmative, so that's a unanimous vote to approve. Item number 6, agenda item number 6 is the accountant's compilation report as of May 31st, 2021.
If I could make a motion that we consider May, June, and July compilations, not the quarterly, as one, as a cumulative. I don't see a need to go through a vote for each one. We can ask questions on any one of them.
Okay.
Could I get them, I'd like to make that motion?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Tom Tebow and a second by Commissioner Chris Ann Sheedy that will encompass agenda item number 6, 7, and 9, which are the accountant's compilation reports as of May 31st, 2021, as of June 30th, 2021, and as of July 31st, 2021. So are there any questions from the board on any of those 3 reports?
Just my comments that it seems that 400 for the elderly housing is doing great, the state public housing is doing great.
I know, the rents are coming in good, maintenance, even with all the vacancies, the spending is still down. And our maintenance worker is very cognizant of when there are sales, and getting the deals, and you can get them, so he has the supplies. We really got a great team, and we couldn't do it without them. We have good office staff, obviously. Right, George?
And the accounts receivable don't seem too high. Are you looking at the share program at all?
No, we only had one resident, and they moved out.
They moved out?
Yes, and they're applying through the last program.
Okay. Share is a nightmare.
I saw that.
I'm loving the reserves.
You're loving what?
The reserves,
I know.
the
No,
118.
don't love it too much, they cut a check out of that reserve
all
just
right.
yesterday.
It's all good. It's good that we have it to use.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I think we're gonna be needing it.
Okay, I make a motion to accept these.
Yeah.
All right, I will make a motion that we are accepting the accountant's compilation reports for May 2021, June 2021, and July 2021.
That is correct.
That is on file.
And I'll second that.
Place it on file. So we have the motion.
We have a second.
Okay. I thought it was originally you and then Chris Ann, but that's
That was
fine.
to take them as one.
Oh, to take them as one, okay.
And then this was a motion
Got it.
to approve and put on file.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the accountant's compilation reports for May 31st, 2021, June 30th, 2021, and July 31st, 2021. Such reports were combined in a previous motion. Which, I can't remember if we took a vote on the motion to combine them.
Yeah, we did.
We did, okay. And so all those in favor of approving these 3 reports?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. The next item on the agenda is the quarterly operating statement as of June 30th, 2021. That's agenda item number 8.
I'll make a motion that we approve the quarterly financials quarter ending June 30th, 2021.
Sure. I think it's approved and put it, submit them to the Department of Housing and Community Development.
Yes.
We have a motion by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Don Burrows to approve the quarterly operating statement as of June 30th, 2021, and submit it to the Department of Housing and Community Development. Are there any questions from the board on this report?
No, I know it's only the first quarter, so we're not looking at any revisions that we have to do.
No, no, we are not.
I'm all set.
Yes, no copy. Yes, no totals.
What's that?
Yes, no totals. I have a question on the report. Typically, there's totals by category, total assets, total liabilities, and total liabilities and equity, and I don't see those numbers on this report. Is it possible that this was an earlier report?
No, this
more
is
current
what
one?
was and submitted to DHCD. This goes on their website. And it's submitted from the fee account.
You are right, there are no totals on any of the lines. I don't know why I can tell you, no, I don't know why.
Which line, I'm sorry.
All of the items that are in red,
On the
which are
balance
the
sheet.
category totals such as
Yeah.
total assets, total liabilities.
Oh, I see.
So I do recognize the form. I do realize it's something out of the Housing Authority Financial Information System that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't tally in. It would not allow us to plug that number anyways.
Right.
So I don't know why it's not doing that.
Yeah. This is done in the DHCD website. Their we put in the figures and it's supposed to calculate. I couldn't catch, I'll be honest, I didn't even catch that.
Only if you're going to
That's their
submit the
website,
report
yeah.
and it's incomplete.
And they didn't kick it back. They didn't kick it back, so maybe it did total out on their end. I don't.
And it just didn't
100%
print.
sure on that.
I,
They would have let me know.
the answer we usually get is that's idiosyncrasy. It's showing on our side. It's fine.
Just call those
Yeah.
bugs in the system.
We have no control in their system.
Right.
Other than again, he does have to put the line items, the account numbers are very important.
Mhm.
And he hits those. I don't know why it's not telling it. Very good.
And per unit months are in there as well.
Yep, per unit month it calculates out the way it is.
It's essentially the same thing as the June 30th compilation.
So we have a motion to approve this quarterly operating statement as of June 30th, 2021, that seems have the totals missing, but quite possibly are in the system, just didn't print. And this is something that will be submitted to DHCD, who is in control of that program. So the motion is on the floor to approve it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so it's unanimous. Agenda item number 10 is project number 088069, which I believe is Chandler Way. A change order approval for electrical work and mailbox concrete pad in the amount of $2,826.90.
I'd like to make a motion to approve change order number 1 for fish number 088069 in the amount of $2,826.90.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Christian Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Tom Tebow to approve project number 088069, change order for approval of electrical work and mailbox concrete pad in the amount of $2,826.90. Are there any questions from the board on this?
I have one question, Kathy. I'm used to seeing more detail on a change order. Was there detail associated with this?
No, it's just the pad for the mailbox and the lighting that goes over the mailbox.
The electrical work?
Yeah.
I mean,
Where they had the mailbox before, prior, is where they had to, they didn't realize at the time they were gonna have to move the mailbox where they put in the tanks and the leaching field. So they had to be located and for a pad for the mailbox, because it's a mailbox for 7 units. So it's one of those big boxes, and the light that goes
Yeah.
over it.
usually I see, if it's time and materials, 2 men, 3 hours, that kind of stuff.
It might be in that part, and I didn't see
Yeah.
maybe the attached.
I'm sure it is. I mean, if, who represented you?
Graves Engineering does it.
Graves, but who was the guy from PhD? No, well, because we have Graves.
Oh, Sean Keating,
Sean Keating was
Yes.
there, yeah, I'm sure it's in there.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
usually the
Mike
engineer
Andre.
writes an explanation for the
Yeah.
change.
And Mike Andre's been going out there more often than not, because we were apprehensive about this contractor, which turned out they, knock on wood, did a very good job.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No, that's my only question. Thank you.
Any further questions on this change order? Hearing none, we will, all those in favor of approving project number 088069, change order approval for the electrical work for the lighting over the mailboxes and the mailbox concrete pad in the amount of $2,826.90. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so it's unanimous. Agenda item number 11 is the HUD rent reasonableness review report.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you.
Yeah, looks good.
Thanks to the Go Section 8 and Section 8 coordinator.
Yeah, well, great job. It is something that they can really dig their teeth in and get very, very picky on.
So we've been knocked down a year ago on it, so we try to be more cognizant of it now.
How much do you take Go Section 8 on?
Depends on how many they run. It's nominal. It's
Got a
never
new name
very
too.
common. Excuse me?
Got a new name. No longer Go Section 8.
Right, that was just this week I noticed that. Affordable housing network. Something.
That's great. Do we have to take any action on this?
No, it's just an FYI.
I'll tell your staff, good job.
I will. VMS audit's another one, that will be next month though. That's a different story.
I found the VMS audit to truly be technical assistance. It's
Yes.
such a
Yes.
such a complicated program, and they were. They came in with, that's usually not the case, but it was.
And we don't do our own VMS, Dan does it for
Dan
us,
does it.
so there's a little bit of a disconnect because I wasn't exactly sure what they were looking for, but Dan was in on the conversations as well.
Oh, that's-
Hearing no further conversation on agenda item number 11, we move on to agenda item number 12, which is HUD's Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Policy in the Easton Housing Authority's admin plan is for the board to review and consider adoption into the EHA's, Easton Housing Authority, state portfolio.
Can I ask Kathy, what are the changes? Or is
There
this-
are no changes. What it was advised from our attorney is, I wasn't sure if this was ever adopted for the state side of the housing authority, and it would probably be very good to adopt this on the state side, because that's their housing plan. It's in the admin plan for section 8, but it's unclear if it was ever completely adopted on the state side.
The state just came out with a 20-page template that they want you to use for fair housing. So that's the policy they, this policy is much more succinct, if you ask me. The state has got a 20-page policy over
I
that.
haven't seen, this was under advice, I'd sent it to the attorney that's representing us, and he said it would be a wise idea to have the board adopt it across.
Yeah, no, we can absolutely adopt this for the feds. I'd love to adopt it for the state, but I think the state is expecting to see their template used.
I have not seen that.
Oh, it's out on one of those constant contact deals.
Oh, okay.
Came out a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
because I'm approving it tomorrow at our board meeting.
Would you mind forwarding that to me?
Sure.
If I don't get out, remind it.
It's very lengthy. I haven't even had a chance to read the whole
Okay,
thing. I'm just
okay.
like,
And I'd like a copy of it, just please, if you
Sure.
send me a copy of the text of the state's policy.
yeah, I'll probably just forward you on that actual email from the state and the connections on the bottom of it that you can just get in.
I heard you say you're bringing it to your board. I haven't read it in detail. I'm not rushing to get it approved because often the state writes something that is, in a practical term, if you're unable to comply, either with time or effort. I haven't read it, so I actually was hoping that, maybe Mass Narrow would take a look at it, or, again, I've adopted stuff that they had.
Yeah, and then they retract it 2 months later because they thought better of it, or some legal person said, this is not really right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very typical of them. And something that's 20 pages long for a policy, ridiculous. That's why I actually like bullets of this.
An auditor once told me, who went through a long audit, don't write it down if you don't have to. So if the law doesn't require you to write it down, don't. Because if you write it down, then you have 20 pages, might say that you will put it on the left side of the table, and you violated it by putting it on the right. So things that really don't have go to the policy itself, that get you into violation of the regulation. Dan McKay is very good.
This very well could have been adopted at some point in time here,
I'm sure it will.
stateside, but I just want to be certain of that.
I'll make a motion to approve the Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Plan of the Easton Housing Authority as presented.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Tom Tebow and a second by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy to approve the HUD Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Policy, which is in the Easton Housing Authority's admin plan, and to approve the adoption of this Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Policy into the Easton Housing Authority's state portfolio as well. Since we've already had discussions, if there's no further questions, we'll move to vote. All those in favor?
Just a hint, Kathy, there's a footer there. I've done this 100 times. Tomorrow morning, go in and say approved by board.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Commissioner Burrows, I didn't hear your vote.
Yes, it is.
And Commissioner Sheedy?
I was actually just looking at something, and this totally refers to federal programs. So I don't know if we can technically adopt it without making reference to state programs. I mean, it's all HUD regulations, it's it's referring to the HCV program. So I just, yeah, and federally assisted housing, it doesn't really say state anywhere on there. And I'm actually thinking about that policy, it might be reasonable accommodation, it was 20 days long. But it might be,
Okay, I haven't seen it.
yeah, I'll send it to you. It might be a combination of both, or it might be straight reasonable. But like I said, I just would like this, if you're gonna adopt it to the state, I think there should be some reference to the state on it.
I can change HUD to DHCD.
Or HUD and DHCD.
Oh, even better.
It does, as Commissioner Chrissy and Sheedy has pointed out in the first paragraph of the introduction, the responsibility to further non-discrimination pertains to all areas of the PHA, Public Housing Authority's housing choice voucher operations. Is that what you were saying, that it kind of...
That's just a federal program. That's
Right.
not a state program.
Correct.
And it just refers federally assisted housing.
So,
And I can add the Department of Housing state program.
I think it's a little more complicated.
Yeah, like I said, I did send this to the attorney. I could not locate anything.
Who was the attorney?
Curly. Martin Lee.
Adopting this for the feds is fine.
Well, it is adopted federal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't have an updated version that they're looking, this is what they always have.
Yes.
Okay.
so I guess I'm not sure where we stand. Are we going to just put a memo in the state files? Or is there something further that John can investigate?
And the Department of Housing and Community Development in all the appropriate areas, and put LHA as well as PHA.
I think what we've done, though, is if you don't have anything that applies to the state, you have something. You have a vote tonight that this is the plan we're going by, even though it might not comply with state, and then
And we can work on,
I'll see, I was just seeing if I could find it, I can't. We'll look at the state one and see what you want to do with that. But you have something, right? Are you saying, but maybe the attorney was saying you got nothing. You got no fair housing plan for the state, so if we're just adopted to at least something, which says a lot of things that you have to do anyway, there's VAWA information in there, section 504, and that applies to state people's civil rights.
we operate under the housing development anyhow.
The state was going to be issuing templates for all of these policies.
Yes.
They had, because you have to have them in your annual plan and your
I
PMR.
haven't seen it on the fair housing.
They've only come out with one, and so I think, yeah, now that I think about it, might be reasonable accommodation as opposed to fair housing.
I think you're right.
If
and I-
either of you have a fair housing policy stateside that you authority, I would greatly appreciate it if you could send that to me.
I went searching for one actually, when I saw the memo come out saying that we needed to have something,
Yeah.
and that they were gonna generate templates, and I just had limited faith in when they would generate them. I don't know why I would have limited faith, but
I can ask around to some of the other agencies as well. see if
I
they
went
can-
on to everybody's websites, I printed something
Yeah.
on the Taunton Housing Authority. So there are some things out there, but the state is going to issue their expected templates
Okay.
for those things.
Reasonable accommodations, I'll send it to you now.
I have reasonable accommodation.
That's the one you're talking about, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the new one the state's come out with, it's 20
Yes,
pages.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So
so,
that, my error, sorry.
no, thank you very much for your input, Commissioner Chrissy and Sheedy, and also for your help looking, Commissioner Tebow.
Yeah, I'm steering it almost, public meeting.
So that brings us back to this agenda item number 12, which is the HUD, Housing and Urban Development, Federal Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Policy. The motion is going to be amended to approve, if it hasn't already been approved, to the admin plan for the Eastern Housing Authority tonight, it is being, the vote, the motion and the vote will be to approve, making certain that this policy, fair housing and equal opportunity policy, is in the Eastern Housing Authority admin plan. And as far as the state portfolio is concerned, we are waiting on DHCD for their template for such a plan. So the motion again, to approve HUD's fair housing and equal opportunity policy to the Eastern Housing Authority's admin plan. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And aye, so it is unanimous. And agenda item number 13 is the Executive Director's Report for September. Would you like to?
If I may start out by saying, Dawn actually has 8 offers out currently. 2 leads up to the happen Monday, and those units are 71 Parker, 25 Elise, 57 Elise, 13 Elise, 87 Parker, 93 Elise, 71 Elise, and 87 Elise. There are offers out on all those units. 2 already have prospective lease updates of Monday, and hopefully within the next week, we'll be able to lease up all of those.
25 at least, sir. Why was that so long, you know? That's 9 months, 8, yeah.
The waiting list. We had trouble with a lot of them. The way the champ works. There were 3 list polls on that one too. I should have put that down there.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
think that's my concern, Kathy. So you have 3 list polls, then there's nothing there, but there was 3 list polls.
Yeah.
And then the ones at the bottom you just listed, it doesn't, you have list polls, but then 87, 136, and 71.
Right, when she does the new list polls, she has to wait for the list poll on the other unit to expire before she can pull again. That's why they contradict. When you pull the list, you have to pull it for the units. So she pulled it for the units, and then she can't go farther until, it depends on how many lists she pulls for that unit.
Right, you can't go for that, you can't go to another list
Right.
for that unit. Well, what you do is you pull a longer list.
Yeah, we've done that. And we actually met with Andy Clinton and Kim Gomez to go over all this, not that long ago actually. And Andrew gave her some extra pointers with Champ. But as you know, it's a challenging list. She's in the middle of recertifications as well.
She's doing research and champs?
Yes.
You got money. I want to get help.
If you can find anybody
Yeah.
that has experience. Part of the problem is you don't have the time to train them.
If I could ask, the wheelchair unit, why is the no response here repeatedly? Is there a reason for that no response?
People turn it down if they don't want to hear because they live in different towns and they come up on our list. And I don't know each individual reason for a turn down, but
That seems to be really occurring.
it is. A handicap unit, a wheelchair accessible unit is very difficult to lease, and I'm sure other directors can attest to. They're tough to lease.
Can I ask, is there a parking space for that wheelchair unit?
No.
Would that be a reason why there's no response?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's
Yeah,
not even a
sure.
question that's ever really asked when we show a unit. I really want to hold the space open. As you know, parking is challenging enough.
No, I just was wondering if there is no parking available for that unit, that might be a deterrent to taking the unit.
Other there any current residents that may have a need at this point?
We do have one that is supposedly going to be putting in a request. That's what a tenant has indicated to us, but we yet to receive that request.
And one other question, Kathy, your Elsie Circle Community Room, you
Yes.
said you had emailed the architect, he hadn't responded, has he responded yet?
No, I did receive an email from Shan at DHCD today telling me that there was some family issues that the architect is contending with at the moment.
Yeah, I've dealt with the same architect and must be a long-term family issue.
Yes, I had that same issue because we had that same architect with the roofs at Lee Circle. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of architects available.
No, I understand.
So,
We got him after that again, too.
yep, we were hoping for Randy Jarvis to be retired, so.
I was under the opinion that that design was complete and it could be, set to be approved. Why did it go back for redesign?
That would be because the architect's having family issues.
That affects the design.
He's the architect, he's the one doing the submission and the design on the job, yes. And their house doctors through the Department of Housing, we don't even choose them technically. DHD gives us architects and we get to pick some, and unfortunately, architects are specific to what the project is. And there are not too many of them for that kind of design.
Could we submit a query to DHCD relative to this particular architect?
I did, that's how I found out that he's having family issues. That's what I was told from the department.
So oftentimes what happens is they submit it, DHCD has questions, and the architect has to respond to the questions. I don't know if that's where the problem is, but, you know, that, and oftentimes it just sits on the DHCD too.
I guess that was where I was going, was could we ask DHCD what the response was from the architect as far as when we can proceed with this project?
The only response I got from DHCD was that. Again, I just got that response today, so I haven't gotten very much positive than that. From the architect that works for DHCD, who's also very good.
Anything on the expectation out of CAPHA as to when the approval's supposed to be ready or when the design's supposed to go out? Because usually they're dinging me constantly saying, this project is late, why isn't it submitted,
Well,
where's
it's
it
funny
at?
to say that because I'm the one that emailed them last week and said, Shan, what is going on? And emailed the architect and I wasn't getting any response from him at all. So I emailed Shan, she emailed the architect. I never heard from anybody. I emailed him again yesterday, Shan, and said, I still haven't heard. Can somebody please give me an update on this? And the only response I received from her was she's having family issues. And that was the end of it. So, I mean, I can push DHCD further and say, what are we gonna do? I mean,
You don't want to start over, that's a spoiled thing.
and we were trying to do it under RCAP, but they wouldn't allow us because it's gonna turn into,
Too much money.
yes.
What's the threshold?
It's 50, they're trying to edge it up closer
We're trying
to,
to do the lodge now.
yeah, they're trying to go higher, but I don't know if they've got the capacity to handle the bigger stuff.
I think the workload with all the housing authorities right now is such that they don't have enough architects, they don't have enough help. And can't even get the materials is the other issue.
Yeah.
Who's overseeing the Eagle Scouts project? Would that be Dan?
Myself and Dan and the Eagle Scouts mother, and then whoever their mentors are. They've come a couple of times, but they have to get approval from whoever their mentors are, who They have to raise the money to do it, so hopefully that will be in the springtime.
How many Eagle Scouts?
Just one,
This month,
but
okay.
he'll come out with other, this is his project, and then I guess there are local contractors around the town that donate their time with them and come out and do the work.
Cool.
What's the story with the generators, just old age? Because I saw on one of the warrants you had repairs.
Yeah, it is, and the other issue is you can't get generators. We ordered a generator for a lease circle to be done in connection with the mod job going on up there. We ordered it in March, it's still not in. And now, and actually I was talking with Greg from ARCAT about that, and so far, we had a $2,200 repair, and then we just had another $2,500 repair. And I said to him, is there any way we can move this along? We can't move it along quick enough, so I said, well, aren't there companies out there that have portable generators? You know, those companies that you can actually subscribe with and they bring it out. He said, yes, and you know what? You might want to go that route instead of replacing that generator. Just you sign a contract, and if there's an anticipated emergency, they bring it out prior to that. You just have to have the wiring to the building so that they can just plug it in. So I know Greg was going to look into some companies for me, but he was also out for the past 2 weeks unexpectedly, and I haven't heard back from him. So we are working on that because I have some serious concerns about that generator. We thought we could tie into the one to the wastewater treatment plant because that's what we had been told for a long time. You can't tie into that. That's solely for the wastewater treatment plant.
A couple of years ago, DHCD put out the list of those those services that have portable generators.
We'd have to enter into a contract, which I would not have a problem doing.
Yeah.
It would make perfect sense because you spend a lot of money servicing these generators. If you have a contract with one that brings it out,
And you
in
can hopefully get the
anticipation
latest
of an
and greatest.
emergency.
Hopefully you get the latest and greatest too, not some old piece of junk.
Yep. And it's costing a lot of money to keep it going at this point.
My concern on that would be the unanticipated outages.
They would still get that generator immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. I don't know. I initially said it just to have it on standby in case this fails.
Right, yeah, that's
But
right.
that, Greg was the one that said to me, you know, this may be the way to go, and he was gonna look into it.
Excellent. I'd be interested in hearing how it
Yeah.
goes.
Are there any further questions on the Executive Director's monthly report? Item number 14 is questions and concerns from our guests, and I would ask that if you do want to speak, please introduce yourself.
I guess I'm about the only one that's here that's gonna complain. 2 questions.
Introduce yourself, please.
Huh?
Please introduce yourself.
They all know me, Jane. 2 questions. Our green benches, where are they? Why aren't they out where they were so we can sit down when we're walking around? And then another thing. I don't approve all these signs around. I've lived here for 12 years, and we've never had any problems. Now we've got signs out here telling us how to act. I don't like it. So if you just answer them questions for me,
Please.
The benches were moved because they're trying to take care of all the crabgrass that was growing under them. The benches are right out in front of the office, right here, both of them.
yeah, well, why are they over there instead of where we can use them?
Well, if you, let me finish. We
Okay.
did buy a whole bunch of new benches, picnic tables and everything, people to sit down. They were trying to take care of the crabgrass, but we've also had several reports of some bullying that's going on at one of the benches in particular. Several reports. People complaining about gossip and things that have been going on up there. Those benches were meant for just people to be able to rest at to go to their unit, but there are picnic tables everywhere. We bought 12 new picnic tables. It was becoming a problem. As far as the signs go, there have been several issues with people behaving not so nicely, and they just remind us to be nice. So I don't know why anybody would have a problem with a sign that's just telling people to just be kind to each other.
Well, please keep it on across to me when I look out my window. It's all I do is see that, excuse my language.
It just says to be nice, Jane. They don't say anything bad.
No, they don't, but it's an irritation.
I'm sorry.
It's an irritation. And I'm not the only one that doesn't like it, but the ones that complain about it, they're not here. I'm the one that's doing the complaining.
You complain about it, and then other people call me and they like it. I don't know what to tell you. We can't make everybody happy, and we do try, but
I hope the benches go back. Why should all of us be punished for one little group? That's what I can't get over.
not all being punished. There are plenty of seating areas around this development. There's more seating here than any housing authority I've ever seen, quite honestly. There's a lot of seating to be had.
All right. Thank you.
And you know you can come to me anytime and just ask me as well. And I'd be more than willing to tell you.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I'd like to make a comment. It's nice to be in person, although I would have been fine at home, I told you that. Nice to see people outside and smiles and moving along, I hope. Moving along in the right direction. That's my comment.
Thank you, Tom.
If I may ask a question, I don't know how the board wants to proceed. Do we still want to do this, or are we going to play it by ear? Should I confer with you before each board meeting to see how everybody's feeling, or?
I would confer with the chair, but this is just my opinion. In Brockton, we went to remote for our next meeting because everybody has to wear masks in our buildings. And to have a meeting where people are talking like this, is really, people can't understand it. So we decided to go that way. But here you have a policy, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, so you can get most of that fine. That's my opinion.
Comments? Dawn?
Month to month sounds like a plan to me. I think we just have to be very cognizant of what's going on.
Changes every day.
Yes, I know.
So relative to the next meeting, we can schedule it now for October 12th, Tuesday. That's the day after Columbus Day weekend. How would that work for everyone?
That's fine.
It's fine with me.
Okay. Dennis?
That's fine.
Fine with me as well, and I'll look forward to hearing from you, Kathy, if something changes relative to the mask mandate, and we'll reconsider going back to remote. But I kind of like it this way. I love seeing the people here and seeing all of my comrades on the Board of Commissioners. So the next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 12th at 5 p.m. Location to be determined based on the ongoing COVID situation and mask requirements or non-requirement. I am now looking for a motion, unless there's no further business. It's 5:57 p.m. I'm looking for a
I
motion
would
to
make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Chrisanne Sheedy and a second by Commissioner Dennis Sheedy to adjourn the meeting at 5:57. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much.
It's good to see see everybody.
Nice to be out in the light too. Pretty
I
fun
know,
to be
before
here
it
in the
gets
dark.
dark.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do remote when it's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really.